There she is. Good morning. Good morning, Val. Okay, let's get it going, right? It's another beautiful day here. Hope you guys are feeling good. We're going to feel good definitely when we get through this. So let's take our feet hip width. You're going to bring your hands back on your hips and squeeze your elbows into each other. So you proud out your chest. And while you keep squeezing, fold halfway down. And then come back up. Let's just do this a few more times. Lots of stretchy bendy today. Okay, deep breath. Sweep the arms all the way up. Keep them nice and broad through the shoulders. And then let's take it all the way down. We're going to walk it out and meet in plank. As soon as you get there, step your feet in so they're like 4 to 6 inches apart when you're in your plank with your legs straight. And then let's pull back to a down dog. Driving both heels towards the floor, they're probably not going to get there, and that's okay. Just hold here for a little bit. And now let's bring it back to plank. Step your feet in so your knees are right under your hips, known as bear. Hold this for just a breath or two. And now let's put the knees down. You're going to do some cat-cows. So round your back, pull your hips back just a little bit as you do that, and then reverse it. Sink into the shoulders and look up. So you've got a big arch in that back, but while you hold that arch, you're pulling the belly up and into the spine. And then reverse it. Round the back, push those hips back a little bit. Keep the belly pulling up and in, and then reverse it. Take your gaze, look forward. One more time, round. So you're just sort of looking at your knees. Really try to create space between the shoulder blades. Now come back just to what we call a neutral spine. So you've got your belly engaged, your spine long. You're going to meet me in a small downward facing dog with both heels pushing down on the floor. And let's just hold this for a sec. Try to keep your legs really straight here. Now take baby steps with your hands forward and your feet so you're in a full fold. Inhale to a flat back. From here, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms and reach for the ceiling. Really long with your arms so it should feel like work just to hold this. Trying to get taller from the top of your head, lifting out of your hips, and then take it all the way back down. Let your head relax so you're just looking through your knees to the back of the room. We're going to unweight the upper body by just letting it hang there. Let the head go as well. A lot of times people, when they're in a full fold, they want to hold their head up, but there's really nothing to look at. Just let it unweight and stay here and breathe a few more times. Okay, from here, inhale, extend to a flat back. And then fold back down. And just keep repeating that. Inhale, look up. Big breaths here. Exhale, let it go. And again, inhale as much as you can. And then exhale, let it go. Palms down, step back to that plank again. And go right to a downward facing dog. We're going to lift the left leg up. And then switch and lift the right leg up. You're keeping your hips nice and square. And just sort of alternate slowly, waking up the lower body a little bit. One leg at a time. Of course, doing two would be a handstand. I think that's ship sailed. Okay, come back, meet me in your plank. Step your feet back into that bear that we love so much. Make sure you're not dropping your face. And from here, back to that small dog with both heels down. Now here we're going to lift high on the toes and draw the heels back down. And just keep repeating this action. Find your breath. Now come back into that bear. So knees are just an inch above the floor. You're looking forward off the front of the mat. You're going to slide your feet back to your plank. Keep your hips up in line with the back. And go right back to that down dog. Left leg lifts, and this time we open the hip. Different stretch. And then switch to the same on the right. And let's keep alternating. So when you open the hip here, you can get a lot more height with your leg. So try your best to get it as high as you can each time. Nice. Now come back to your plank. Step your feet into bear. And this time you're putting your knees down. You're going to open them to the width of the mat. Come onto the tops of your feet and have a seat on your heels. And let's just chill out with our forehead down on the floor. Same with your arms. Big, deep breaths here. Okay, lift yourself back up. We're just going to change the angle. So I'm going to have you pull your knees in. So now they're hip width apart. I'm going to have you slide your hands in the front to the corners of the mat and just keep your head off the floor this time. So you may be feeling a different stretch through that lower back than when you had your knees splayed open. So let's just stay here for a few more breaths. Now, come on back up. Slide your palms in so they're under the shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes under. Come back to that small dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. And then relax. Take your left foot forward, and we're going to step the right foot back, but I'm going to have you take your right foot at a 45-degree angle. So if you look down at both your feet, you should have your heels almost in the same line. Now we're going to take those hips and try to push them forward, and give me a forward hinge with your spine nice and long, where you're pulling your belly in. And then slowly bring it back up. Now, when you do this next one, isometrically, try to pull the two heels together, just to create more activation of the muscles. Fold down halfway and come back up. We're going to run through this one more time. Keep that isometric pull and come back up. Now we're going to take our torso and turn to face the right side of your room with your chest. Slide your left hand down your leg. And I want you to think about moving those hips towards the back of your room. And then take this right arm and reach it up. Triangle pose. So both arms are nice and long. Your torso is just over the front leg. So right now I'm getting a nice release through the front part of that leg, inner thigh. Now, try not to weight into that left hand. Try to use the muscles in your core to hold this pose. Your hand is just resting there lightly. Okay, now let's take this right hand down to our shin.
So you've got both hands on your shin, turn your chest to face that foot, and just hold this stretch for a few breaths. So I've still got my spine long, but I'm going to switch that now. I'm going to take my fingertips to the floor. I'm going to round my back and let my head go, so I'm just looking at my left knee. Big, deep breaths. Okay, inhale to a flat back. Get your hands back on your shin. Walk yourself up. Step your back foot forward. Take a nice, big, deep breath. And then exhale, take that left foot backwards. 45-degree angle. Line up your heels. Open your chest to face the front. Your hands are on your waist. Fold over. Now again, here you want to feel stable. So if you don't, you can make your left foot take it a little bit more to the left. Now let's try to create that activation of drawing your two heels towards each other while you go down and while you come up. Adds a lot of intensity to the lengthening coming into that muscle, your right hamstring. Okay, on this one, we're going to now take our torso face the left side of our room. You're going to slide this right hand down your leg. You be the judge of how far you go. It's not a competition. Take your left arm, reach it all the way up to the ceiling. Triangle pose. Hold and breathe. Now, like we did on the other side, try not to weight your torso into that right hand. I want you to use your muscle to hold your body in this position. Keep your neck nice and long. If it hurts you, turn your head, look down at your foot. Let those muscles release. If you're looking to the left side of your room, they are working. But again, it's all about feeling right in the moment. So if you need to adjust to accommodate your body, do it. Okay, now take the left hand back down to your shin. So you've got your chest right over that front leg. Your spine is long. Now again, if you're taking all that torso weight into those hands, you're missing the strengthening opportunity of this release. So work more muscle. It's a big load on that hamstring and glute. So if you're not feeling it, it's because you got too much weight in your hands on your leg. Okay, now we're going to round the back. So we're going to take our fingertips down to the floor. You're going to go into spinal flexion. You're going to just look at that right knee with your face. Same thing here. Try not to put a lot of weight into your hands. Inhale, extend to a flat back, hands back on your shin, walk it back up. Step your back foot forward, take a nice big deep breath. Really reach for the ceiling. Now bring your arms parallel to the floor. Your feet are hip width apart. I want you to just sit back in a little tiny squat. So you're doing a little hinging through the hips. And now come back to a straight leg and reach the arms all the way up. And do that again. Lower the arms, squat a little. And back up, reach. And back down. Now take it a tiny bit lower. It's not your lowest squat that you could ever possibly do, but you got a pretty decent bend in your legs, so you're feeling your quads. Hold that sensation. Try to lift the arms. Try to get the arms straight. Should feel very challenging. So not like this, push them as straight as you can. And now exhale, relax. Look through your knees to the back of the room. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse it all the way back up again. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Lower the arms. Take your feet a little wider than hip width and give me a big squat. As big as you can. Come back up, reach for the ceiling. And take it back down. And back up. And one last time. Now, while you're in this low squat, see if you can raise the arms. A lot more work for your upper body. Hold it. 3, 2, and fold forward. Palms down, step back to plank. Hold your high plank. Lift your left foot off the floor. Do the same on the opposite foot. Right leg lifts and you got to get it long. Put it down. Meet me in your downward facing dog. We're going to pedal our feet so we really get a good stretch through the calves. Drive both heels down. Now pick your left foot up off the floor and circle at the ankle. Keep the right leg straight. Change your direction. Point and flex. Put the foot down, do the same on the opposite side. Switch it. Point and flex. Both feet down. Drive both heels to the floor. Get nice and high on the toes. Stay high up on your toes. Walk your hands back as far as you can, staying up on the toes. So now you're in a heel lift, forward fold. Little balance challenge here, a little work for the ankles and your lower calves. Just hold it for a few more breaths. And then relax the heels down, look through your knees to the back of the room. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Hands to heart. I want you to step your left foot forward. Big, huge step. We're stretching out this right hip flexor. Elevate the heel, sweep the palms up. You can open them if that's more comfortable. Whatever you choose. So you should feel a big sort of tug right here in that hip. Bring your hands back to heart. You're going to bring that back foot forward. This time you're reversing your big step. Take it backwards. Reach. Elevate high on that back foot. Hands to heart, step it in. Take your right arm, reach it all the way up and over. Big side body stretch. And then switch. Get a big reach. So you want to really bring length to your waist. Let's do it again, other side. So it's up first and then it's over. Switch it. Nice. Now bring both elbows to the height of the shoulder. Try to move your elbows towards the back of the room and let the hands come down with the elbows staying where they were. And then flip it. And just repeat this a few more times. But you're really trying to pull the elbows back while you do this activation. It just brings more muscle to the party. Hold it here. Feels awkward, and that's okay. Squeeze the elbows back a little more. Now bring the elbows into the waist. And then lift back up. It's just really good shoulder rehab. We tend to round most of our day. Be patient because your body deserves this. Hold up, pull the elbows back. Lengthen out the arms. Flip the palms to face the ceiling and turn them to face the back of the room. And do that a few more times. Open and take them to the back. And open and to the back. And relax them down. Nice, big deep breath. You're going to do a half fold with your hands just above your knees. Get your spine nice and long and your belly in. So you're just resting your hands above the knees. So you're giving your arms and shoulders and upper back just a little bit of a break here, while you still get length in the back of the legs. Okay, release the hands, let them dangle, and just make circles. So you've let the shoulders sort of hang out wherever they want to. Make big circles with your arms. Keep your belly in. Now switch the direction, circle the other way. Nice, now sweep them out to the side like an airplane and try to lift them as high as you can. And then relax them. Reactivate, lift, reach them longer. And then relax, and one last time, lift. Nice, now fold all the way down, let your head go. Chill out here and breathe. Okay, inhale to a flat back. So you've got your fingertips on the floor out in front of your feet. You're going to take both hands to your left ankle. We have a little balance challenge here. I want you to lift your right foot off the floor and sweep it back behind you. We're balancing on one leg with our hips square. So please don't lift your right hip up. Keep it square to the floor. Now put that foot down. Take your hands over to the other ankle. And you can hold, if it's not comfortable holding onto your ankle, hold anywhere on that leg. Try to relax the foot. And what helps you balance is to engage muscle. So if your back leg right now is floating, it's making it harder for you. If you reach the leg long, it'll make it easier, more stable. Put it down. Repeat it again. One more time on each side. Right leg up. And switch it. And relax that leg. Hands down, step back plank. Lift that left foot up. So 3 points of contact with your mat. Shoulders over the wrists. Don't pull them backwards. Switch feet. Put that foot down. Go to your down dog for a little reprieve or take a child's pose. So I'd like you to close your eyes. Take big, huge breaths. Listen to your body as it breathes. Listen to the breath. Nice. Come back to your plank. Step your left foot forward, up between both your hands. You're in a low runner's lunge. Put the right knee down on your mat and let your hips come down. Bring both hands to the instep of that foot. You can either have that right knee down or you can lift it up, whatever's easier or whatever feels better for you in the moment. Right now, this is a nice groin opener. So to enhance it, I'm going to take my left hand to my left knee. I'm going to assist by moving that left knee out just a little bit. Keep the hips low. So you're getting a little bit of the inner thigh. Now we can take that left hand back to the floor, and if you like, you can come down onto your forearms. It's much more intense. If it isn't comfortable, it's just simply not for you yet. Come back to the hands, get off that back knee, left hand to the outside of the foot, step back plank. Lift your left foot up, 3 points of contact. Switch to the right. Take that right foot, step it up between your hands. Low runner's lunge. Take your left knee down if you like. Bring your right hand inside that right foot. Let that right knee open a little bit to the right. You can take the right hand onto the right knee and help it get a little wider maybe. But again, it's never about forcing anything. These are feel-good stretches. Okay, bring that hand back down to the floor if it was up. And if you like, you can come down onto your forearms. We're going to hang out here for 3 or 4 more breaths. Okay, back up onto the hands. Take that right hand to the outside of the foot. Come off your back knee. Meet me in your plank. Lift your left leg up. And switch it, right leg up. Now, most people, when they take a foot off the floor, they pull their body backwards. I want you to keep your shoulders over your wrists. Both feet down, you're just in your high plank. Take it back to a down dog. Start to pedal your feet. Come back to your plank. I'd like you to lower down onto your forearms. You can put your knees down if you like, but we are going to meet in a low plank. Now from here, we're going to take it to face the left side of our room. So you're going to be on your right forearm in a side plank with your left arm going right up to the ceiling. Just hold it. We're not here long. 5 more seconds. That's it. You can have your feet spread apart or they can be stacked. We're coming back to that plank. Hold here for a few breaths. And let's do the same on your left forearm, facing the right side of your room. Sweep your right arm up. Lifting your hips as high as you can. Come back to your plank. Don't drop your face. Keep looking forward. Now tap your right knee to the floor and then your left. So you're just pedaling through the legs. Keep your hips quiet. It's just bending and straightening. Just a few more times. Okay, let's put the knees down. Put your chest all the way down on the mat. So you might want to grab a towel. We're going to take a little rest. Turn your head to the side. Have your hands by your chest. You can be on the tops of your feet. Just breathe. Okay, so we're going to do a little low back flexibility work. So your hands are by your chest. You're going to lift your chest up and then lower it back down. So you're pushing into the floor. That's okay. Lift up, lower down. It's not a big move. You're just activating muscles that run along the lower spine. Okay, now come into a baby cobra. So come up onto your forearms. You get a little bit more range of motion here. You're just gonna hold this with your belly in. Pull it in. Okay, take the chest back down. You're gonna take your hands by your chest. We're gonna push up to a straight arm. Both arms are straight. Your hips are off the floor, but you've got your knees down. Take it all the way back down with your chest. As soon as you get down there, bring yourself back up to straight arms. Take it all the way back down. One more time. Lift up. Here you're going to come off your knees. So you're on the tops of your feet in cobra, no knees. Putting a lot of work into the arms just for a little bit. So we have a reprieve coming up in about 5 seconds. So hold this. Now put your knees down, tuck the toes under. In slow motion, lift the hips up while you pull in the stomach. And start moving your hips slowly over your heels. You're not going to sit on them. Now you're going to slide your hands forward for a big lat stretch here. So your armpits are moving towards the floor. Your forearms are not touching. Long arms. Now to avoid hurting your neck, you just want to have your ears tucked right inside the arms. So you're actually exercising your neck muscles. Now let's take the right palm, open it to the ceiling, lift the hand off the floor, and reach it forward. And then close it back and do the same on the other hand. Open, lift, and reach. It's really important here to get the arm as straight as you can. Keep alternating sides. Give it more lift, like give it whatever you've got each time. Make these special, challenging. Let's do 4 more. Open, lift, and then reach it. You got to do all 3 at the same time. So you're reaching while you're lifting. Okay, come back to all 4s. Let's do some cat-cows. That's good shoulder work. Round your back, look at your knees. Chest comes forward, reverse it. Just sort of go at your own pace here. This is another feel-good moment. Just chill out, close your eyes, get lost. Enjoy the sensation. Okay, meet me in a neutral spine with your knees off the floor, 1 inch. Slide the left foot, along the floor backwards, and then bring it back in. Slide the right, and bring it back in. Walking bear. Right hand moves forward with your left knee. Take a step. Take another step. And another step. And when you run out of real estate on your mat, reverse it. Move backwards. Now meet me back in bear and go right to a small dog, both heels down. Walk high on the toes and come forward with your feet towards your hands and then drop the heels. You're in a full forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale back down. Take your feet so your heels are on the mat and your toes are off the mat. We're going to come into a low squat. So drop the hips. And you can take your hands off the floor, bring them to your heart, and you can use your elbows to kind of open up where your knees are. Just hold this. We're not here long. And if you need to be higher up, because it feels better for you, be where it feels better. This is really good for you though, just saying. Okay, from here to have a seat, you're just gonna take your hands behind you, drop your butt, extend your legs all the way straight. Take your heels to the corners of your mat. Sit up nice and tall, bring the arms out and do a Pilates style roll down. So you're rounding, you're sinking your belly in. Nice and slow. Now go for that nice full body stretch. Reach the arms long. Spread your fingers wide. So your thumbs are just hovering above the floor. Nice. Now take the arms back. They're going to just be resting on your mat. You're going to slide your heels in. We're going to do some pelvic rotation. So roll the pelvis up. Feel that low back hit the mat. While you got that going on, I want you to activate the pulling down of the belly. I want you to keep that activation while you breathe. So you got to multitask here. And now roll the pelvis forward. You're still sucking that belly down. And then reverse it. And do it again, roll it down. So when you're rolling down, that lower back is coming away from the floor. Do it a few more times because it's good for you. It's all about mobility, right? Okay, now hold the pelvis up so you've got no space between the low back and the mat. Keep that tightness, if you will. Now you're going to take your right knee, lift it off the floor and bring it into your chest, not using your hands. You're just using your leg muscle. Now take that leg and push it out, get it straight. So the thighs are at the same height, but you got your right leg fully extended. You got that back pressing down and your belly pressing in. Pull the knee back in and take it back out. Point the toe, get the leg nice and long so it looks pretty, and then bring it back in. When you're bringing it in, really bring it in. And then extend it out again. Put that foot down so the right leg is now bent, left knee pulls in. Keep the belly active, extend the leg out. And pull it in. And out. And in. And out. Now, keep the left leg out. Lift the right foot off the floor so both legs are up. Boom, feel that belly work. Keep it down. And now drop both knees in. Little reprieve here. Take your hands on your knees. Make a nice big circle, open wide. Pull it forward and just keep sort of going where it feels good. I'm going to switch my direction. Okay, I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to extend it all the way down on the floor. Flex your right foot. Push your calf muscle into the mat. Push it as hard as you can. Take a towel, wrap it around the bottom of your left foot, or take 2 fingers around your big toe. Whatever you want to hold on to. You're going to straighten your left leg. Your right leg did not change position. Now, that left leg, push your heel to the ceiling, and then try to move the foot backwards while you're pushing it up. So it's going up and back. Barely moving, but we're trying, and that's the main thing. Okay, now bring that left knee into the chest. Give it a nice hug. Pull it in nice and tight. Your right leg hasn't moved. And now you're going to take that left leg, extend it all the way down along the floor. Flex it, put push the calf into the mat. Bring your right knee up and in. 2 fingers or a towel around the right foot. Heel pushes to the ceiling and then it moves backwards. Okay, let's give that right knee a big hug. Pull it into the chest. Let's bring the left knee back in. We're gonna go right to a happy baby. So I like to hold the outsides of my feet with my arms inside my legs. And then I just guide my heels to face the ceiling. And then I use my hands to pull my knees down towards the floor. I'd like you to be mindful of your lower back when you do this. I would like it to stay on the floor. You can add a little rock side to side, but you don't have to. If that doesn't feel safe, don't do it. Now let's go to a straight leg from here. Take your hands to your inner thighs and just sort of apply a tiny bit of pressure. But again, I want you pushing your heels out. You might feel a little tremble, and that's okay. Now take your hands to the outsides of your legs and help them come back up and meet your feet together at the top. And you're gonna just have your arms on the floor by your side. You're gonna slowly lower the right leg down towards the floor. When you've got it about an inch or 2 off the floor, just hold it there with your back down, your ribs down, and your belly down. Take that left heel, push it towards the ceiling. Keep that left leg very active. From here, take your hands behind your head, lift your shoulder blades up off the floor. Take your position into a crunch. Your chin is just over your chest. Now take the head back down, pull both knees in for a little reprieve. Straighten the legs, reach the feet towards the ceiling. Activate muscle by flexing the feet and pushing your heel away from you. Slowly lower the left leg. You've got to keep 3 things down: the belly, the chest, your rib cage. Take that left heel just above the floor, push the heel out, same with the right. Take the head up, get off the shoulder blades as best you can, just hold this, keep pressing your belly down. Bring both knees in. Nice. Make a circle, both knees together this time, just for a different little massage. Change your direction. And rock and roll all the way up onto your toes. Come up nice and high on the feet, on your toes. Hold right here just for a sec. Should feel good. Lift the heels as high as you can, like a ballerina. Try not to let the heels splay out. You want to keep your feet straight. Now come into that full fold, to a straight leg. Drift your hips backwards in this straight leg and use your fingers out in front as a cantilever so you don't fall back, but you're getting a nice stretch through your lats. Let the fingers do the walk and take them out further. Draw the hips back further. Breathe a couple of more times and you are off to work. Okay, hands above the knees, come up nice and slow. Take a big deep breath. I thank you guys so much for your power and strength. Hope you have a fabulous day. Woohoo!
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.